Well, good Tuesday morning, Mount Olive Church family and friends. Glad you could join us another week of devotions, and hope you got to watch Brother Andrew's devotion from Monday. He done a fabulous job. Andrew just keeps getting better and better. Certainly appreciate him. Want to echo what he said too on Brother Jason's uh, message Sunday morning, or God's message, what Brother Jason delivered that God had given, and man, I'm so thankful for that. Thankful for our church family. Thankful for all those like he mentioned that do so much. Real quickly, I was just thinking Monday evening, just how much we've accomplished. I was talking to a good friend of mine. We were talking about just how much our church has done in the last well over a year now of the pandemic and all we've done, and it's all been through the leadership of our pastor and what he's done and his vision and hard work that everybody's put in. So very thankful for that. Let's get on with our devotion. So this week we're following along with Brother Jason's message, as I said, from Sunday, and John chapter 10. I'm going to use verse 7, and you can see I've got a picture here on the screen. This was the thought that hit me the most on Sunday, or that really has stuck out to me since then, and it just kind of moved on me when Jason started talking about this, and he was talking about the sheepfold. And I've got a picture here that you can see the sheepfold, and Jason talked about just how that was designed with rock and brush and things on the top of it, so people couldn't climb in. The enemy couldn't climb in. People couldn't climb in to steal, to rob. And then he talked about the gate, and the picture of Christ being at the gate has really just been entrenched, I guess, in my mind since that time, and just how protected we are. And you can see that's exactly, well, I guess if I share my screen, it'd probably make it even better for you. So, sorry. So you can see there just how exactly that looks as you see Christ sitting at the gate at the little small entrance for the sheep, and serving as protection. So in this verse I'm going to use in John chapter 10, then Jesus said unto them again, verily, verily. And Jason talked about that, but verily, verily, you need to listen up here. Listen up. I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. And so I want to go back with that picture just a second and think about that, and think about just what protection that is. Do you ever just take a moment and look at that picture and know that those sheep, they're safe. They're safe where they're at. And when they come in there, nothing is coming through them unless it comes through the doorway. And Jason even spoke Sunday about the song, and I think he mentioned that Bob sung it. I thought she did. But nothing's going to touch us that doesn't pass through his hands. And that's a powerful statement. That's a powerful testimony. So what does God's protection, this is going to be our devotion for today. What does God's protection mean for us? When you talk about God's protection on your life and Christ at the gate of the sheepfold and keeping you safe, what does that mean for us? So it means he covers us. There's nothing that can come in from the top. There's nothing that's going to come across the top. And Jason talked about, some of the wood, the brush, the briars, the things that they would grow on top of these walls just to keep them protected. So God's protection is on top of us. God's protection is going to shield us. Go back to the message of the fiery darts. God's protection is going to shield us from the things that can then attack us and fly at us. God's protection is going to encircle us. It's all the way around us. The picture of the sheepfold, it's barricaded all the way around. And you know what? This is one that I like. The last one I've got here, the sense of security. That's probably the one that we should lean on the most. But a lot of times it's probably the one we lean on the least. We worry, we have doubt, we have fear that creeps in. But we should always have a sense of security with what God protects us with Christ being at the door. of the sheepfold, we should have a sense of security that nothing is going to harm us, nothing is going to get to us, that he has us protected. And so I thought back to this, and I'm going to end with this one. So I thought back to Daniel chapter 3. If you don't know this story well, I encourage you to go read it today. When you get a free minute or two, go read Daniel chapter 3 and the three men in the fiery furnace. We're talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they say, if you don't bow down, you're going in the furnace. And they said, no matter what, we're not bowing down. We will not bow. Our God is able to protect us. Our God is able to save us. But we're not bowing down. And so we know they get cast into the fiery furnace, and then the king looks in and says, I thought we cast 3 men in. He says, I see 4, and one of them is as of the Son of God. But when they come out, it says this, and I want you to think about this. This is the key point for today. The fiery furnace, and it said in Daniel chapter 3, and it said, upon whose bodies the fire had no power. The fire of the furnace had no power over those 3 men of God. God sends a security in him, his protection that encircles us and covers us and shields us. No matter what fire the enemy throws at us, it has no power. It says, nor was a hair on their head singed, neither were their coats changed. It didn't discolor them. It didn't begin to melt them. And here's the one that should show God's protection. You can sit outside around a campfire and be within 30 yards of that fire. When you come home and come in the house, you will smell smoke on your clothes and on you. And it says, neither nor the smell of fire had even passed on them. God's protection can keep the slightest of things to the greatest of things from touching us, from harming us. So whatever you're battling today, whatever you're going through, I want you to have a sense of security. You got a doctor's appointment this week. You just been battling something. I don't know what it is, what you've been going through, but God is protecting you. He is at the gate. Nothing can get to you. So enjoy that sense of security that God gives you. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day.